prize named for $1,000 to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation in support of the Human Animal Rescue Team. On behalf of Bolton and the Edmonton Oilers, congratulations, Leon! And now, fans viewing at home across oil country and here in Rogers Place, we ask you to please stand if you're able, remove your hats, and join the singing voice of your Edmonton Oilers, Robert Clark, in the performance of the Canadian National Anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand t'embrasse et porte l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Spring has arrived here in the city of Edmonton. A gorgeous afternoon has given way to a fabulous evening, and inside Rogers Place you've got two teams heading in the proverbial opposite directions. Canadiens have won 5 in a row. The Oilers have lost 6 of 7. And that man, Stuart Skinner, is looking for just his 3rd win in his last 11 starts. He is 3-1 lifetime against Montreal. Canadiens beat the Oilers earlier this season, 3-0 on November the 16th, and that man was perfect on 30 shots. Sam Montembeault, he's tied for 2nd in the league with 4 shutouts entering tonight. Montreal just 2 points out of a playoff spot. That man played for the Canadiens when they went to the Stanley Cup final a few years back, losing to Tampa Bay. Brett Kulak had a fabulous game in Raleigh, North Carolina. And Max Jones making his Oilers debut, just his 8th NHL appearance, got hurt in camp and never really panned out with the Boston Bruins. Oilers, as Gene talked about, picked him up in a trade the other day. Flipped in by Yoel Armia, and we're underway. McDavid centering Nugent Hopkins and Zach Hyman. And without Matthias Ekholm tonight, it's Kulak and Bouchard to open the game on defense. Your starting line's brought to you by our friends at Scotiabank, believing there's a place for all Canadians in Canada's game. Here's Nugent Hopkins looking to get going, and as he's centered, it was booted wide by Alex Carrier, who has been a fabulous pickup. But here he turns it over, and a quick shot by Hyman. Carrier acquired from Nashville in exchange for Justin Barron. And he's been a valuable veteran addition on a Montreal blue line, spotted with terrific talent, but some younger guys. Was that not a penalty on Emil Heineman? Emil Heineman got away with a chop down there. Kulak wires a pass up to Draisaitl, and the league's goal-scoring leader is on an absolute tear with 45, sees the puck whistle out of play. 10 goals in his last 12 for Draisaitl, but Heineman might have gotten away with one.
He did, and a nice drive. Good effort here by Nugent Hopkins to win the battle in the neutral zone, then a good defensive play, as you mentioned, by Carrier. And right here, just kind of gets in a little deep with the stick. In on Bouchard. Look on first take like he took a skate, but there's no question he took some leg, and it forced Bouchard to go down, but no call on the play.
No John Klingberg as well for Edmonton, as Gene mentioned. So you've got Stetcher drawing into play with Nurse. And now moving in is Podkolzin, and Draisaitl hard into the net. And that shot flutters wide. Cam Dineen will be making his Oilers debut as well on the 3rd pair with Ty Emberson. He's had a strong season down in Bakersfield with 29 points for the Condors offensively. Darnell Nurse flips it back in for Edmonton, and it's recovered by Lane Hudson. What a revelation this guy has been. Leads all rookies in points. A dart up the left-hand side. Dineen taking his first shift in the NHL in more than 1,000 days. Dating back to April of 2023. Sure his dad, Kevin, and Missy, watching on the Jersey Shore, have to be excited. Their boys back in the NHL. Camping a one-timer, and Max Jones almost scoring in his Oiler debut. Had 2 goals in this building last year for the NI Ducks.
Yeah. Great chance, too, on the one-timer.
Jones signed in Boston and was out, never got a toehold with the Bruins, who've been struggling, and right now, like the Canadiens, on the outside looking in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. Montreal just 2 points back, but you've got a 6-team gaggle fighting for those last 2 spots. Here's Connor Brown. Moving it to Henrique and then back to Brown. Pass the middle is going to be cut off by Hudson. Alex Newhook attempted to clear, held in by Connor Brown of Edmonton. Adam Henrique tried to shovel it in front and taken instead by Hudson. Through the middle of the ice, Newhook bobbled, regained, and then was finished off by Adam Henrique. Owen Beck in the mix for Montreal to Patrick Laine. He was injured the last time these two squared off. Laine missed the first couple months of the year, but he has stepped right in on that Montreal power play and reinvigorated the Canadiens.
Has he ever been potent? 11 of 14 goals he's scored this season have been on the power play with man advantage. So always dangerous. Patrick Laine, that big right-handed one-timer.
Uri Slafkovsky, and a one-timer saved by Skinner against Caulfield, and then Nick Suzuki missed on the backhand. He's been red hot coming off the Four Nations break. Mike Matheson to Caulfield, who scored in his last 3 games. That was deflected. Slafkovsky finishes off Nugent Hopkins. Montreal blew a 3-0 lead, then recovered to beat Buffalo 4-3 on Monday night. Overtime winner scored by Mike Matheson in that game. Here's McDavid dropping it for Nugent Hopkins. Nurse follows up. Trying to give it up for McDavid. That pass ill-advised into his feet. Caulfield reset to Matheson. 4 minutes gone by. Scoreless in the first period. Edmonton, Montreal. Always plenty of Blue Blanc et Rouge in the building. The original 6 travels well to Edmonton, and why not? What a beautiful spring we've had thus far. Almost 3 weeks shy of spring. Temperatures +8. Not a cloud in the sky today in Edmonton. But Colson tries to dump it in. That's batted down. Jake Evans just signed a new deal and a launch back to center. Settled by Kulak, backing his way in. Arvidsson, Draisaitl fed in the middle. But Colson a shot, never reached the net. Ended up in Arvidsson's feet. Kulak, Emerson. Wrist shot held up near the clavicle by Sam Montembeault. And Podkolzin and Savard engaged in some rough stuff, as well as the guy on our all-name team, Arbor Jacka.
A little bit of pushing after this one. Nice solid move here by Draisaitl. Tries to elevate in tight. The one-timer by Jones. First shift, that would have been his first goal as an Oiler in his first shift on the ice. A good save by Montembeault, and then there's a really good save by Skinner, because Cole Caulfield, like Laine, can rip that puck on the one-timer, and he was testing the glove cross-grain. Quick start to this game. Both teams have come out skating. Both teams have come out defending. The chances have happened quickly off the rush or a breakdown. And then that's it. Not a whole lot of time spent by either team on the cycle.
Give Darnell Nurse some credit on that rebound sitting out there. His stick may have prevented a Montreal goal.
On the second opportunity.
Correct. Skinner will leave it. Cam Dineen, those games came with the Arizona Coyotes 3 years ago. Slipped one down the middle. That's going to be recovered by Hudson. He'll scoop it up the left-hand side. Gallagher on to Josh Anderson. Corey Perry takes it away. Turned it over. Hudson ahead, and a quick shot off the rush by Dvorak. Another save by Skinner. Juicy rebound. Finally set free against Josh Anderson. Christian Dvorak looking for his 100th career goal in the NHL. Emerson up the gut. That was broken up by Jaden Struble, and now a reset for Emerson as Montreal makes a change. 5 1/2 gone by in this first period. No score. Vital game for the Canadiens. Edmonton entering 6 points behind Vegas in the Pacific Division. Golden Knights with a lopsided victory last night. Stetcher unable to hold the zone on an offering from McDavid across to Nurse and then back to Stetcher. Fires one up the middle, trying to plow his way through traffic as Zach Hyman couldn't do it. Carrier twisted down by Nugent Hopkins, who's been quiet lately. Matheson ahead. Alex Newhook over the line with Line A. Loads and fires, and a glove save made by Skinner. Line A still with that beautiful release. And still just 26 years of age. Dvorak, the denial by Stuart Skinner. The rebound as well. And we're scoreless on Sportsnet.
Things work. And the Edmonton Oilers, who often on game days will have a very optional skate, not the case. The captain, longest-serving member of the Oilers, new Oiler Max Jones, as well as an Oiler making his debut with Edmonton, Cam Dineen. And the message basically saying this team is not playing Louis and Jack the way they expect. Chris Knobloch was on the ice as well, which normally isn't the case, and you've seen it the way they've come out in their start tonight versus Montreal.
Well, you'd think some urgency, Louis. 6 losses in 7 games. Traditionally a strong second-half club, but just 6-9-1 in their last 16. Those are very unlike Edmonton numbers. Here's Brown off a dump in from Adam Henrique. Sends it out for Nurse, looking for a lane. Lets one fly off the boards in front. And wide of Montembeault. Caulfield looked to reverse, but Henrique will beat Slavkovsky to the puck. Janmark taking off the puck, and Slavkovsky able to clear for Cole Caulfield. 20 of his 29 goals on the road this year, second only to Draisaitl. This one deflected out of play.
This period brought to you by James H. Brown Accident Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters in injury law.
Well, Jack, this is a topic of discussion around Edmonton right now, and just the lack of production from the wingers for the Oilers right now, and most importantly, guys on this list here that have all spent time in the top 6 and have had ample ice time, and it just hasn't gone in. And I do believe why the defense has broke down for Edmonton is they're really gripping the sticks offensively. They're trying to do too much. They're trying to pinch when they shouldn't. There's 3 guys caught down low, and already in this game you can see there's an urgency to make sure something is high and an urgency to cover the front of the net, which is what they have to clean up in the game. The offense will come when you're playing the right way defensively.
Quick chance and a glove save on Armia by Stuart Skinner. Oilers, in those 6 losses we talked about over the last couple weeks, have given up 32 goals. So it's the goals against rather than the goals for that's the concern.
Keep it out of your net and you'll have a chance to win hockey games. Stuart Skinner's had a few good glove hand saves here. He's been tested a few times on the glove early by the Canadiens. And that one there, a high riser, he handles again. But I think the goaltending too. The goaltending will pick up when the defense in front of them picks up, and as a team starts to play a little bit more connected, because right now into this game they've been disconnected as of late.
Jack Guy tried to shut off the draw that was blocked. I have a feeling Stuart Skinner's fired up for this start too. He could not have been happy with seeing Pickard get back-to-back starts as Edmonton's presumed #1. Here's Kulak walking in, a shot blocked by Suzuki. The rebound at Jack Guy, and now Draisaitl will take over in the offensive zone. One-timer by Arvidsson blocked, and that flips out of play. As what I said,
yeah.
Is there any truth to that? What do you think?
And I think for Stuart Skinner, he wants to get in there and take the net. He wants to let everybody know it's his net, and there's nothing wrong with a little competition. I think Calvin Pickard played well enough to get back-to-back starts. Didn't go the way the Oilers thought it was going to go, but for Skinner, it's important for him to get in there and make sure that he's the guy making the saves. That was the block by Podkolzin, and it stung him. He went to the bench after that and went right down the tunnel trying to shake that one off. Looks like it's up in the upper body arm area. That's got a sting. Not a whole lot of padding there on the crease of the elbow pad.
Yeah, left side above the wrist. Here's McDavid Nurse off the draw. That shot runs up on the glass. Grabbed by Cam Dineen. His shot low, glove, and handled by Sam Montembeault, who comes in with 22 wins against 21 losses. A save percentage, sub 900.
Sorry, Jack. 1,043 days between NHL hockey games for Cam Dineen. That is remarkable to me. That is just a great story, and he gets his opportunity. Obviously, emergency recall with Klingberg and Ekholm being out of the lineup in this one tonight versus the Habs. But you know what? a great opportunity for him. He's worked hard down the American Hockey League. He gets his chance and has a pretty good little shot there on net through traffic that was handled by Montembeault.
Same draft class as Max Jones. He went in the 3rd round in 2016 in Arizona. 7th-year pro, worked his way back to the NHL. McDavid dropping it off for Denis. And he tried to bank it off of Montembeault. Not afraid to try something here. Brendan Gallagher up the left-hand side. He did not score a goal in those 34 games with the Coyotes.
Trying to make up for lost time. That was a heady play. Good activation, too, to come right down into the mix and be an option.
Gallagher freed it up. One-timer, and what a read by Skinner to push off and deny Josh Anderson, who Marty St. Louis told us this morning has had a better year than his numbers would suggest. Here's McDavid shoveling it in front. Deflected. Nugent Hopkins. Good battle one. Emerson to Nurse. Waits, fires into a crowd, and then ricochets into the corner where Owen Beck will clear up the middle quickly. Emerson advances through to McDavid. Well defended by Carrier. And then Beck got blasted. Carrier, a longtime D partner of Matthias Ekholm. The two were in Nashville. Carrier off to Patrick Laine. 3-on-2 Montreal. Laine threads it through on the second effort to Beck. Beck fans initially and then tried to deliver in front to Newhook. That was broken up. Snatched away by Lane Hutchinson, who whistled one wide. Jaden Struble backing off. Chips it softly. Laine tries to center. Newhook turned over. And you've got Jones. Got it through to Corey Perry. In on net. Backhander score! Perry from Jones. An old Anaheim connection. Registers Edmonton's first goal. It's 1-0 Oilers on Perry's 14th.
Oh, what a nice finish by Perry. Here's a great save by Stuart Skinner. The one-timer by Anderson, as you mentioned, that popped right over to him. Good defense leads to offense. Close out the middle. First one doesn't go for Jones, but he gets this one through. Knocked down the right on the stick of Corey Perry. What a finish by him to go to the backhand side. Sells the shot, brings it to backhand elevation up high. You can't put it higher than that right there by Corey Perry. So a transitional play after a good defensive play in zone. Take care of business, leads to offense. 1-0 Edmonton.
443 career goals for Corey Perry. That one set up by the newest Oiler, Max Jones, at 9:34. And with that goal, Save-On Foods has given away their first prize. 1-0. Edmonton the lead. Now remember, on Tuesday night the Oilers also scored first, and that evaporated into a 6-2 setback at the hands of Anaheim. Jones and Perry's old team. Also a bit of a London Knights connection, although 15 years apart. Here's Connor Brown short side, a save made by Montembeault, hugging that near post to keep it at 1-0.
And although 15 years apart, they both won Memorial Cups with the London Knights. Corey Perry from Jones gives his team a 1-0 lead. A beautiful play here. Good defensive play to break up that chance in the slot. And then Max Jones in his first game as an Oiler finds this through. It deflects a little bit right onto the tape of Perry as he crosses the line. And what patience to wait out Montembeault on this backhand play upstairs off the crossbar. He also was on that Montreal team that went to the Stanley Cup final in 2021. And guys were chirping him a little bit on the bench there in that commercial timeout. Some of the guys that he played with in Montreal, he still got it.
Matheson will bang it in. Nick Suzuki. Slavkovsky, a shot blocked away by Skinner, who's been sharp early. And the Oilers maintain their 1-0 leads. Slavkovsky comes in with 3 goals in his last 5. Another guy that Marty St. Louis was highly complimentary of.
Yeah, said he wanted to play a bigger game, more physical, and he's done that. And this is a great chance again for the Canadiens. Right down Main Street on this pass into the middle. Slavkovsky picks his spot and a good save. Solid save by Skinner. He's made a few.
Slavkovsky scored 20. His first full season last year. Comes in with 11 goals, but again, a goal and a helper in the win the other night against Buffalo. That top line has been explosive for Montreal coming out of that Four Nations break, and that's why they're 5-0 since the break. Steal by Suzuki.
Slavkovsky. You saw him this morning after skate. He's just a big kid. He's only 20 years old. I mean, he's going to fill out. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger. He talks about wanting to be like Brady Tkachuk. Not a bad guy to emulate as far as the physicality is concerned and the finish. And he's starting to use that big frame of his a little bit more. Had a real good year last year, as you mentioned, Jack, and now wants to take it to another level.
Former Olympic MVP. Slovakia. Here's Draisaitl bulldozing his way through Matheson. And so strong. What a beautiful, sublime backhand feed to Bouchard. Here's McDavid. And Draisaitl on the ice together, but McDavid's pass. Draisaitl won't miss many of those. Bouchard the steal. Little mix and match here for Chris Knobloch. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman out there. Draisaitl protected against Gallagher. Trying to shrug off the Edmontonian. Does so. Forces Gallagher into a high stick, and now Edmonton will work it around the perimeter. Get an extra man on. Jumping over the boards. Nugent Hopkins. McDavid. One-timer. Draisaitl off the post. Rebound, Dvorak will touch up, and now Montreal will be shorthanded, already trailing 1-0.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50 presented by Rogers is back for another record-breaking season. Support communities across oil country and win big at edmontonoilers.com/50-50.
2-minute minor for high sticking.
High stick is going to be the call here to Gallagher as he kind of tries to dig in on Draisaitl. He gets the hand on it. There was a little bit extra afterwards. Anderson came over, knocked the mouth guard right out of Draisaitl's mouth, and he had to pick that up. Here's the one-timer, though, on the delayed penalty. McDavid from high to low, and he finds that seam to Draisaitl. Didn't miss by much. Montembeault gets a piece of it off the bar, and now the first power play of the game goes to Edmonton.
Now, in fairness, Draisaitl, a little like Steph Curry. That mouth guard is already kind of out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Power play coming to you courtesy of Play Alberta. Power up your play with 400-plus casino games at 103 spins only at Play Alberta. Draisaitl loves to gnaw on that mouthpiece. Immediately think of Steph Curry in the NBA. Josh Evans able to collect a loose puck from Montreal, and it's whistled down the right-hand side by Mike Matheson. Louis, as you know, this has been a good kill for the Canadiens this year. 5th ranked in the league, and they've got 8 shorthanded goals. Top 5 in that category as well. Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard, across to Leon Draisaitl, the league leader with 14 on the power play. Nugent Hopkins to McDavid. He waits, tries to dish, and that was broken up. David got his 9th power play goal of the year on Tuesday night in the loss to Anaheim. Bouchard peering inside. McDavid. Draisaitl back to McDavid. And that went over the stick. Bouchard regains halfway through the Edmonton power play. Turned over. Matheson launches ahead. Anderson will streak in. Skinner's going to play this puck and shovel it over to Bouchard. McDavid with Draisaitl alongside. Zach Hyman couldn't get it in deep initially. Now did, and he was high-sticked. And this is going to be a 2-man advantage for 43 seconds for the Edmonton Oilers. Hyman checking to make sure he's not bleeding.
He is a little bit.
Montreal 45, minor penalty, high sticking.
It's only going to be a 2-minute, though. I guess they're saying it's on the lip. And there's some chirps along the way. Here's a great job by Matheson to read that McDavid had speed through the neutral zone. He gets around Evans, but Matheson is right there to meet that loose puck. And then here's the battle in the battle as the stick just comes up, Carrier, and it connects with Hyman. Not your typical kind of high stick. I mean, that was almost over his own head on his shoulder, but it does come up and clip him. You have to have control of the stick in a 5-on-3 for 43 seconds.
Oilers have only scored one 5-on-3 goal this year. They get an opportunity here at a bare minimum of a 2-0 lead. Now, they've only had a total of 91 seconds of 5-on-3 power play time all year. The first thing I think of when I hear 91 seconds, that's how long it took out Mike Tyson to knock out Michael Spinks. 91 seconds.
There you go. Uppercut.
Here's Draisaitl winning the draw back to Bouchard. McDavid loads, dishes. Nugent-Hopkins gives it back to him. McDavid fumbled the puck away. Montreal failed to clear. Savard was down on one knee, couldn't get it out. Bouchard, McDavid fires, locked, and the rebound, no! Knocked down by Bouchard against Evans. Frustrated, was on his backhand. McDavid tried to slither it in front. Draisaitl, a one-timer off the backside of Matheson. Hit him square in the blue pants. Bouchard, 10 seconds on the 5-on-3. Draisaitl, another one-timer off the post. That's 2 in the last couple minutes. McDavid, looking, loading. Bouchard fires. Save made by Montembeault. Rebound swatted out to Gallagher. Fresh out of the box. He's going to be reeled in by first Bouchard and then Nugent-Hopkins. Gallagher doing a nice job of ragging the puck here and then got belted by Nugent-Hopkins. Still strong on it. Finally, pried loose by McDavid. But down to 50 seconds on the penalty to Carrier, and a good read by Jack Guy at the blue line to break up Edmonton's advance. And he'll fire it in deep, and Edmonton will get the second unit on. Told you this Montreal Canadiens much improved on the penalty kill this season. Big reason why they're in contention for a playoff spot out east. Anderson will fire a dart down the middle. Skinner has time for one last rush as he pushes ahead for Nurse. Driving in is Kulak. Nurse to Corey Perry, who's given Edmonton a 1-0 lead. 14 goals on the season for Perry. Shot Nurse, blocked by Gallagher. Rebound. Cleared, excuse me, that was Evans on the block. Armia with the clear, and that'll do it for the Edmonton power play. Shot total, and now a clean steal, breaking in. Caulfield saves, get a rebound, score. And the Canadiens tie it up right after the 5-on-3 kill. It's Cole Caulfield who stays hot. That's 4 games in a row with a goal and 31 on the season.
What a turn of events in this first period. Opportunity to go up by at least 1 with a 5-on-3. And a lengthy one at that. A couple one-timers by Draisaitl. This one hits Matheson en route to the net. He's rang a couple bars in this game already. Another beautiful pass across. This is the one that dings the post. Montembeault a little late getting there. A pick-off in the neutral zone on a turnover. Caulfield. And he follows up his own rebound. Why you should always follow up the shot once you take the first one. The first one saved by Skinner. The second one pounded home by Caulfield, and the game's tied.
21 of his 31 goals on the road this year, second only to Draisaitl. And overall in the season now, he's 7th in the league in goal scoring. Cole Caulfield. Last year, 28. 3 straight 20-goal campaigns. This a career high at 31 for Cole Caulfield, and we're tied at 1. Unassisted, 15-14. And I was just about to say, Louis, let's see if momentum swings after that 5-on-3 kill.
Well, it did. Opportunistic.
But Colson trying to get around Arbor. Check guy. Nurse. Not much on that delivery, and Beck was able to clear. Carrier. Jones didn't realize Edmonton was offside. The whistle sounds with 3:51 to go in the first period. Corey Perry opened the scoring, but Cole Caulfield follows his own rebound to tie the game at 1 on Sportsnet.
Deadline tomorrow. This was the trade deadline last season. Ken Holland, former general manager, big deal with Anaheim, getting Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick. They met the team that was in Columbus, getting to know their new teammates. Henrique was saying that him and Sam were not actually told where they were going to be traded. They were just told they were traded by Pat Verbeek. Eventually, an hour later, he found out on social media, guessing it was through Elliot Friedman, but Adam was fine with it. It was like water off a former Ducks.
Darnell Nurse, wait for it. It'll eventually come. Gene never disappoints. Controlling is David Savard. Been a good game thus far. A lot of action. 19 shots on net already. We've played less than 17 minutes. Game tied at 1. Perry for the Oilers. Caulfield, the response for Montreal, and killed off a 43-second 5-on-3. Here's Arbor Jecka. Caulfield giving ground. Jecka up the gut. Slavkovsky trying to drag his way through Troy Stecher. Got to Suzuki. One-timer smoked on net by Matheson. A save made by Skinner. That was a 95-mile-an-hour heater. Two teams looking crisp, Louis.
Yeah, good pace.
Bouchard with Hyman. Over the line. Spun himself into the corner. Carrier tries to withstand Hyman's pressure. Matheson joins the fray. Hovering close by is McDavid. Digging, chiseling. Gallagher always determined in these puck battles. Helped rake it free for Carrier. Promptly turned over. Kulak tucks it back in. Edmonton's going to have to tag back up. Matheson scooted back in. Meanwhile, for Montreal, Canadiens finished with 12 of their final 21 on the road. And again, they are in a logjam of teams trying to grab those 7th and 8th Eastern Conference playoff spots. Here's Perry. James Struble, and he was chopped by Perry. That's going to be a penalty. Either a high stick or a slash.
Slash for sure, right on the hand.
It's a stick infraction. And then Perry just earned himself an unsportsmanlike conduct as well.
I think
he simulated a dive. I'm not sure whether he got teed up there.
Definitely a little extra afterwards. He did come down with an aggressive chop. As he turned this puck over, Struble just kind of picked the pocket a little bit, but as he turned, he swiped with the stick, and he's trying to say that Struble went down a little easily.
Edmonton penalty number 90, 2-minute minor for slashing.
And right there, I mean, that's right down on the thumb. And then he gives him another one for good measure, and I'm just saying that he went down maybe a little bit too easy, but he got his 2 minutes worth with that slash.
Second-year pro Jaden Struble draws the goal, and Montreal on the power play. Patrick Laine, 11 power play goals in the 33 games that he's been in uniform. Slavkovsky giving way for Laine. Suzuki, Slavkovsky across to Caulfield and went off the heel of a stick. Laine's got 11, Caulfield 10 for Montreal on the power play. Cole Caulfield. Out to Lane Hudson. One-timer ripped. A save made against Suzuki. Rebound to the dangerous Patrick Laine. Stepping up Suzuki. Hudson. One-timer, and that healed wide by Laine. Didn't like a stick there. Suzuki. Out to Hudson. Looking. Giving it back. Suzuki fires into the glove of goaltender Stuart Skinner.
Pizza 73, Edmonton's homegrown #1 pizza. Hunger happens. Order on game day. Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers.
Power play that's really starting to get rolling for the Montreal Canadiens. 10 power play goals in their last 10 games, and this little setup for the one-timer by Suzuki with Slavkovsky right in front.
Connor Brown able to clear. A minute to go in this first period. The penalty clock and game clock in sync, so it should be 5-on-5 and a fresh sheet of ice to start the second if Edmonton can get the kill here. The Oilers have wiped out 13 of the last 14 power plays for the opposition. Suzuki, second in the league in scoring since the Four Nations break. Only Rope Hintz has more points. Matheson on a deflected pass has to fall back to center. Rink wide to Suzuki. 13 points in the 5 games since the break. Newhook guides it back for Matheson. 15 seconds. One-timer flubbed by Neil Heineman, who's swallowed up by Kulak in the corner. Time waning here. Brown and Emerson keeping it lodged along the end board. Suzuki doesn't have a stick, and this will be cleared by Kapanen, and that will do it for the Montreal power play and the first period, which ends tied at 1. Highly entertaining affair with the Canadiens. A strong push in the second half of the period.
Yeah, they really did, and it was Cole Caulfield that gave him got them on the board and tied the game 1-1. Power play for Edmonton, a 5-on-3 killed off. That built a little momentum for the Canadiens. They took that through, drew the call, but then Edmonton with a real solid penalty kill at the end of the first. Still 1-1 in a good battle.
So Corey Perry and Cole Caulfield, the goal scorers. In a back-and-forth first period, Edmonton looking for a split of the season series. And we're tied at 1 after 1. Coming up, Gene Principe with Gager and Stock.
Gets set for the face-off. He'll be up against Jake Evans. Tied at 1 here early in the second period. Puck to the corner. Matheson only got it to the boards, and it's Draisaitl for the Oilers. Left wing corner to Nugent Hopkins. To Leon Draisaitl. From the left side. Finds some room. It's a power play goal, and the Oilers are up 2-1.
What are we talking about, shooting the puck? And Leon on an opposite side. Normally he's on the right side hash. That side, top of a face-off circle to the left of the net. And the Oilers had 2 men in front of the goal. As Bouchard's going to pick up an assist, he swings it down, and it's Hyman right in front of the net. And no chance for Montreal. He couldn't see the puck.
46 of the year for Draisaitl. He's got points in 13 straight games. And the Oilers have a 2-1 lead. Now 1 for 3 with a man advantage. Just 1:06 into the second period. Perfectly placed shot by Leon Draisaitl. Shot into the Oilers zone. Skinner to play it. To Nurse. Up the left wing. Doesn't get out. Slavkovsky had kept it in. Arvidsson does get it out to Draisaitl. Comes into the Canadian zone on the right wing. His pass to the middle. That's broken up. Caulfield will get it out. Give it to Suzuki at center. To Slavkovsky, driving down the left wing, goes in behind the Edmonton net. His pass out to Caulfield, went through his skates, puck at the blue line. Hudson down low, looking for Suzuki. Couldn't handle the pass. Arvidsson will get it out. That hits a Canadian stick. It won't be icing as it goes all the way down the ice. Montembeault to the right wing side to Savard. Get it up the left side. Now brought in by Hudson. Goes in behind the Edmonton net. Stetcher will get a hold of it. Then he takes a hit from Beck. Gets the puck back though. Emberson over to Stetcher. Troy Stetcher will bounce it out to center ice. Jack Eye up the right wing. Off the stick of Newhook. And it goes into the Oilers zone. Rimmed by Stetcher. Knocked out on the right wing by Perry. He'll dump it in. Jones will go after it. 2-1 Oilers lead. We're just about 2.5 gone here in the second. Puck comes to the slot. Goes off the stick back to the blue line to Dineen. To the right to Bouchard. It's shot. And that goes just wide. On the left wing corner. It's Jones against the boards. Beck got it free for Montreal. Cross to Jack-Eye. Out of Beck. Owen back into the Oiler end through the middle. It's rolled just wide of the net. Going just off the stick of Newhook. And the puck comes out to center. And Bouchard will dump it in. Left wing corner. Matheson will get it out for Montreal. Puck brought in by Gallagher. His shot, and that's off the stick of Kulak. It goes out of play. 3 minutes, 7 seconds gone here in the second period. 2-1, Edmonton leads.
Real good work there by Evan Bouchard to get back and not give up on the play. On a player that can, a young player, a second-round pick, Owen Beck. It's basically in the lineup because Kirby Dach is out. He was their second-line center. He's had a very challenging campaign, Kirby has. Shut down after he's going to need a little look at his knee after only playing a couple games last season.
Long pass out to center goes off and Nugent Hopkins into the Montreal zone. Nugent Hopkins getting an assist on that Draisaitl goal along with Evan Bouchard as the puck is cleared out. It's going to be on net. Skinner will have to play it. Leaves it to Nurse and he goes in behind the goal. Nurse, long pass up the right wing. To Hyman, into the Canadian zone, going towards the net. The shot saved by Montembeault. Puck near the side of the goal. Nugent Hopkins is tied up with Carrier. The puck to the end boards, in behind the Montreal net. Hyman's trying to take it free. It's caught up in skates. Still up against the boards. 2-1 Oiler lead here in the second. It goes to McDavid. He tried to centering pass, hit a skate, comes back across to Hyman. That one just deflected. Goes to the blue line. Kulak down the left wing to McDavid. Off the left wing boards. Across. Nugent Hopkins shot. And that one just wide. Kulak to Dineen, left point, towards the goal, and it goes wide of the net. Hyman to the right wing corner, but Dvorak there from Montreal. He'll get it out to center ice. Give it to Gallagher. He'll dump it in. Anderson goes after it. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Picked up by Dineen up the left wing to Podkolzin. Got it out. Hudson back into his own end for Montreal. Across to Struble. Up the left side to Heineman. To the Oiler end. The angle shot misses. And Evans gets it low, and it'll rim on the left back near the blue line. Struble shot. And that one goes off a body and way out of play. 4 minutes, 50 seconds gone here in the second period. 2-1 Edmonton leads.
Well, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins dusted the puck off instead of attempting to one-time it, and that decreased the degree of difficulty on the shot attempt. Out-of-town scoreboard, Pete's 73. The Calgary Flames up 2-1 on the Dallas Stars. 6 minutes gone in period number 3. Colorado leading San Jose by a score of 2-1. That is in the first period. And guess who is not playing for San Jose? Jake Walman.
Wow, that's weird. Puck on the right wing point. Hudson to the middle. A snapshot off a leg. Goes over to the boards on the right wing. Comes to the blue line. Hudson has it there. Cross the line to the right wing to Heineman. To the blue line to Hudson. Cross ice. Armia put it through the slot. And it goes all the way over and past Hudson and out. Struble behind his goal. Now off the right wing to center ice. To Jake Evans. He'll dump it in. Ty Emberson on the end boards. Oh, I'll take a hard hit there. As Heineman was in on the forecheck. They got it pinned up. Trying to get it free was Emberson. Put it right off of Slavkovsky. Puck along the board, still in the Oilers zone. It's up near the top of the circle at least. Perry can go cross ice, and a stick gets lifted. Slavkovsky has it now. His pass off a stick goes right to Skinner, and he'll hold on to it. And Heineman gets into it a little bit with Brett Kulak after the whistle. You face off in the Edmonton zone to the right of Stuart Skinner. Dallas will be here on Saturday night for an 8 o'clock game here at Rogers Place. Kelowna Rockets are here tomorrow to play the Edmonton Oil Kings at Rogers Place. Race off to the right of Skinner. Former Kelowna Rocket, Leon Draisaitl is taking the draw. Puck goes to Nurse, and he'll go over to the left wing, put it up through the middle. And now Draisaitl in over the Montreal line across to Podkolzin. The shot off the glove of Montembeault. Slavkovsky up to center ice for Montreal. Will shoot it in. Skinner can set it behind the net. Nurse in behind the goal. Comes out through the middle. He'll get up to center. He's forced over to the left side. Now in over the line. He'll shoot it, and it launches off the stick of Savard, and that will go out of play. We're going to take a break. 6 minutes, 17 seconds gone here in the second period. 2-1 Oilers lead the Canadiens. From Rogers Place, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs.
Caulfield has the goal for Montreal. For Draisaitl, a league-leading 46th.
What a year he's had. He's had two poor games all year. And one was the other night where he said he was directly responsible for 2 of the 4 goals against, as he would.
Dineen on the left wing point. Brings it across top of the circle. Backhands it towards the net, but it goes wide. It's in behind the goal. Hyman over to the left wing for Edmonton. He's going to walk in front. The shot and save made by Montembeault. And the puck comes loose over to the right wing. Dineen was in from the blue line, but Slavkovsky will get it out to Caulfield. Lost it at the Edmonton Oiler blue line. McDavid will clear it out. Carrier bumped up against the boards by Hyman. as they try to dig it out right in front of the penalty box area. Puck goes to Zach Hyman. Come into the Montreal end. It goes to the corner. Slafkovsky will fire it across to Matheson. And Matheson can't get away, and Hyman's got the puck. Hyman over to Nugent Hopkins to the left point to Stetcher. Down the left wing and knocked off his stick. He'll get it back, though, behind the goal to McDavid. To the right wing point to Emberson. Right wing boards. McDavid to the slot. Nugent Hopkins, a shot and a save by Montembeault. Puck to the middle. McDavid couldn't get it through. McDavid's got it on the right wing. Up near the blue line. Just barely kept it in. Stetcher gets it cross corner. It goes to Hyman. He'll take it to the right wing. Up the right wing, top of the circle. To Troy Stetcher down the right wing boards. Into the corner to McDavid. Out to the slot. That goes off a leg over to the left side. And it's Emberson into the left wing corner. Oilers with great pressure. To Nugent Hopkins, right corner. He gets hit. And it'll be Suzuki to Caulfield. And he's able to get it out for Montreal.
That whole sequence was offside. And they let it play on. I'm going to tell you right now, that would not have counted had Edmonton ended up scoring.
Stetcher will dump it in. Xhekaj over to Savard. 2-1 Oilers lead here in the second. Just over 8 minutes gone. Puck goes into the Oilers zone. Nurse to Kulak. Off the boards and out. Line A with it in the neutral zone for Montreal. To Xhekaj. Cross on the right to Newhook. They'll just get it into the zone. Nurse right back out with it. Savard will drill it in. Skinner quickly out of his net to stop it behind the net for Kulak. And he'll bank it out off the left wing boards. Newhook at center. Left wing to line A. Come into the Edmonton end. Stops on the left side. Left wing corner to Newhook. Back to the right point. Savard can't get there in time, and it'll go down the ice.
Excellent job by Kapanen finishing his check there.
Savard stops him behind his goal. Now out in front of it from Montreal. Cross to Xhekaj. Up the left wing, it goes to Gallagher. He'll bring it into the Oiler end. That's peeled off his stick by Adam Henrique. Finds Nurse. Now up the left wing, just off of Janmark, and it goes into the Montreal zone. Struble in behind his net. Up the left wing, through the middle for Gallagher. Chopped away from him, and unable to get a hold of it was Connor Brown. They've had a breakaway as Gallagher will get over center and shoot it in. It goes right to Skinner, and he's going to cover it with 10:32 to go in the second, and Edmonton up by a score of 2-1 on the Montreal Canadiens. It'll be a face-off in the Edmonton zone.
On top of the multi-reported original credit to Dave Pagnotta, from fourth period on the Jake Wallman deal that will be likely consummated later tonight. It's going to be interesting to see what occurs here over the next few hours.
Draisaitl down the right wing into the Montreal zone. Cross ice pass to Arvidsson through the middle, and Armia broke that up before that could get to Podkolzin. Now Podkolzin to Draisaitl to Arvidsson. He hit the post, and the puck on the right wing. Victor Arvidsson just put that off the post. The puck on the end boards now. Arvidsson trying to get it free. It does come free on the left to Dineen. Behind the net for Draisaitl. Stick lifted by Hudson. Rims it on the right wing. Pitching down was Bouchard. Hudson's got it in the corner. He'll go in behind his net for the Canadiens and now come out with it. 9:45 to go in the second. 2-1 Oilers lead. Hudson into the Oiler end on the right wing. Pass to the middle. Scores. A one-time shot by Armia. Blasted by Skinner, and this game's tied at 2.
So that's something that Edmonton's got to work on. You can't be... I know Hudson's a great young player, talented player. But what are you doing backing in that far, giving him that much time and space? I don't know if there was a blown assignment on the connection between Hyman and Kulak. It was Hyman and Nurse that he was backed in, and he found a seam and rifled one past Stuart Skinner. Oilers hit the post on one end, Canadiens come back and tie it on the other.
Armia gets his 11th of the year. Hudson picks up an assist, has points in 6 straight. 10:19, time of the goal. We're tied up at 2. Kulak with it in the Oilers zone. Forced back by Slavkovsky to Nurse, off the right wing boards and out. To Hyman. He'll bring it in. He'll dump the puck into the Canadian zone, and after it, Carrier. Rimming it to Caulfield, off the right wing boards, got it out. Knocked into the Oiler end by Suzuki. That goes over to the right wing. Nurse up against the right wing boards. Puck goes into the corner. Chopped in behind the Edmonton net. Kulak up the left wing to Nugent Hopkins, down to the middle of McDavid. To Nugent Hopkins over the line, stops on the left wing, brings it up near the blue line, tried to get it low, and Caulfield read that. He gets it out. Suzuki will bring it in with Caulfield down the right side. The shot, pad save made by Skinner. Centered, stopped by Skinner off of Caulfield. Two big saves by Stuart Skinner. Stetcher will rim it, but it won't get out. Savard down the right wing. Savard to Laine. The shot and the save by Skinner, and he'll hold on to that with 8:27 to go in the second. The game tied at 2. We're going to take a break from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network. Nice tied at 2. Oilers and the Canadiens. 8:27 to go in the second period. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. Teams traded goals in the first. They've traded goals here in the second. It's Perry for the Oilers in the first. Caulfield for the Canadiens. In the second, Draisaitl for Edmonton. Armia for Montreal. Hudson and Evans with the assists on the Armia goal. That was at 10:19. Face off to the left of Skinner.
A real poor defensive coverage from Edmonton.
New hook into the right wing corner, shoved to the boards by Kulak. Janmark got it to the right wing to the middle, and it's not going to get out. Laine will keep it in. Float it to the right wing side. The new hook back to the blue line for Hudson. Now on the right wing boards. Beck only had it for a moment. Janmark's going to get it out. He'll dump it in. Flying after it's Connor Brown. Puck goes to the right wing. Brown to the left for Kulak to come in from the blue line. Got the puck to the left wing corner. Brown up against the boards. Henrique trying to find a loose puck. Strubal's in there for the Canadiens. They get it free to Janmark. Banks it back to the blue line. The shot! And that goes wide. It was ripped just wide of the net by Emberson. Laine weaves his way out. Right wing to Beck. He'll shoot it in. Skinner will stop it. Kulak up the left side. Off the stick of Savard. It goes just into the Montreal zone. Savard up the right wing to Anderson. He's able to steer it in. The puck goes to Gallagher. Centering pass, and that is broken up by Kulak, and he'll bring it out, and he'll get to center. His pass, that hit a stick, and Gallagher will go the other way. Come in on the right wing. Off the right wing boards. Goes to the corner. Anderson then lost it, and Arvidsson up the right side to center ice for Edmonton. His pass goes off of Anderson. Then batted into the right wing corner. Savard for the Canadiens to the blue line and out with it. Draisaitl to Hyman down the left wing. He'll come in. He'll shoot. Save Montembeault. Rebound. Montembeault stopped that too. And the puck to the right wing. Up near the blue line to McDavid to go to the left wing corner. In behind the net. Over to the right. Up to the top of the circle. Drops it. Dineen with it. His shot. Montembeault the save. And he will cover that up. And we'll get the whistle. With 6:19 to go in the second. This game tied at 2. Everyone gathers in behind the Montreal net, but not much to come of it.
Yeah, hard net drive there by David Savard. Cross-checked and gave the business to Vasily Pukols, and then Jacki came in. Worked over Zach Hyman.
Face off of me to the left of Montembeault. McDavid, Hyman, and Nugent Hopkins out there with Bouchard and Dineen. Puck gets to the corners, and Matheson will bounce it out for Montreal. Dineen back for it. Cam Dineen turns up the left wing. Off the left wing boards into the Canadian zone. Goes up near the blue line, and Carrier got it out. Dineen to McDavid. To Bouchard. He'll bring it in. Right wing. Got the puck to Hyman. His shot, and the save made by Montembeault. Is Hyman. Got it through a screen. Put it on net. Montembeault held on. We're going to take a break. 5:55 to go in the second. Tied it 2. The Oilers and the Canadiens. From Rogers Place, it's For Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We are here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Tied at 2. 5:55 to go in the second period. As the Oilers host the Montreal Canadiens here at Rogers Place. Face off to the left of Montembeault. Matheson will get it out just to center. Nurse takes it into his own end. Nurse through the middle of the ice, glances off a Canadian stick. Matheson has to retreat, goes behind his net. Comes out through the middle. Left wing for Evans. And it into the Oiler end. Kasperi Kapanen. Cross to Nurse. Missed Kapanen on the return, but it goes just off the stick of Jones all the way down to Montembeault, and he'll get it out. In fact, that might be icing, and it will be against the Canadiens. Oilers get a face-off from the Canadiens' end with 5:16 to go here in the second period.
Another trade tonight. Boston's moving Justin Brazeau. One of those big bodies the Bruins had. Big goal scorer at North Bay in the OHL back in the day. He's going to Minnesota. Bill Guerin likes big players. Jacob Laukow, who was he not in Boston before he went to Mini? Well, guess what? Laukow had that fight with Ty Emerson when we were in Mini earlier this year. So rock'em sock'em robots.
Yeah, it was.
Middleweight scrap.
Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman out there for Edmonton. Dineen and Bouchard, if they can ever get the puck dropped. Evans taking the draw for Montreal. Goes to the right wing corner. Carrier's going to get it up, but it's gloved down by Dineen. Dineen bounced it through the middle, hit Evans. Carrier with it inside his own blue line. All the way across. Brought in on the left wing as Suzuki get to the left wing boards. He had McDavid all over him.
That was close to penalty.
Puck goes to Bouchard. Up the right side now to Hyman. Into the Canadiens' end. Got things poked away and it comes out. Draisaitl at center ice. His pass hits a stick and it goes into the Oiler bench. 4:39 to go here in the second period. Start of the road trip for the Canadiens. They'll also go to Calgary, Vancouver, and Seattle. Just 2 points out of a playoff spot coming into tonight's action were the Canadiens. On the strength of 5 straight wins.
Well, this game's been even.
It has. Shots are even. Goals are even.
The only thing that's not even, Edmonton's had 3 power plays. Montreal's had 1. And the Oilers didn't score on a 5-on-3, but scored here in the 5-on-4.
Montreal scored soon after the penalties were killed. There's Nurse with it inside his own end. Over to Statue, get it up the right wing. Brown following it for Edmonton, able to dump it in. Hudson goes after it, but Janmark right on him. It goes in behind the net. Slavkovsky through the middle, won't get it out. That's kept in by Stetcher. Right wing corner to Janmark. To the point to Nurse, a shot, and that one's off a body, goes wide. Stetcher will put it on net, saved by Montembeault. Suzuki will bring it out. Suzuki down the right wing. His pass across, just too far for Hudson. Couldn't get his stick on it, and it goes wide of the net. Stetcher with it in his own zone. Over to Nurse. Nurse up the the left side, gets away from line A, comes into the Montreal zone, and his shot, that one goes off of Savard. It goes out of play with 3:41 to go here in the second period. Game tied at 2. Face off to the right of Montembeault. Well, this is one more home game before they head out for 4 straight on the road. I got Dallas here on Saturday night. Draisaitl taking the draw against Evans. Puck to the top of the circle. Arvidsson to Kulak, comes down the left wing to the corner, in behind the net. Stops. Pass gets broken up by Evans, and he will get it out from Montreal. Cross ice to Gallagher, and on the make that Heineman, and Heineman on the right wing, a backhand that goes wide of the net. Evans back to the blue line, off his stick, it comes out. Savard's going to shoot it back in. Skinner will stop it behind the net to Ty Emberson. And Emberson finds room as it comes through the middle. Into the Canadian zone, goes to the left wing. To the left wing corner now, hit on the end boards. Puck came free. Evans has it now for Montreal. Evans up to center ice.
What are you backing in for?
Into the Oiler end, now on the left wing. Dumps it in behind the net. Emberson up through the middle. Didn't get a lot on it, but enough. Kapanen to Nurse up the left wing to Jones. Went off of him and into the Canadiens' end to the end boards. As Puck Polson's the one that digs it out. Gives it to Max Jones. Jones in the left wing corner. To the right wing point. To Stetcher. To the middle. A shot! Save! Made by Montembeault. That may have been redirected on its way to the net. Montembeault was able to squeeze it with 2:22 to go in the second. And this game tied at 2.
Jones has had good energy. He talked after the first period about playing simple. He's played simple, and it's been effective.
Put your hands together.
He's won some puck battles with his size, but he's also been able to retrieve a couple because of his speed. Big man. I know he probably thinks he should have been a top 6 player, but if he can reinvent himself as a 3rd or 4th liner.
Puck shot towards the net by McDavid, steered aside by Montembeault. Nugent Hopkins on the right wing. Gets it low to Hyman, goes in behind the net. To the left corner. Carrier right on him. To McDavid out of the left wing corner to the top of the circle. Pass across to Dineen, and that one almost connected for a good opportunity, but it just goes wide of him now on the left wing. Pass to the point by Hyman. That one's broken up. And Anderson's going to come out with it from Montreal. To Gallagher. Gallagher on the right, and he tried to pass through the middle, and it's stolen by Bouchard. He'll come into the Canadian zone, dropped it back, it comes out. Oilers have to regroup.
Ty Evans is a really good, or Gallagher made a good defensive play there. 11, not 71.
McDavid into the right wing corner. Got dumped down, gets back up, has it. One hands it in front of the net. Nobody there for Edmonton, and Anderson will get it out. It's going to go down the ice. It'll be icing with 1:22 to go in the second. The game tied at 2.
Gallagher's really grinding tonight.
Yeah.
Well, always
like.
You know how upset I was. I mean, there's 3 players sitting there in the 4th round of the draft in 2010, and other scouts didn't want to take a swing on a smaller guy. And believe me, they were getting bugged enough about it. By the way, the player they took in the 4th round never played a game in the National Hockey League.
Off the draw, Carrier can't clear it. Puck gets into the left wing corner of the Montreal zone, and it's Carrier up against the boards. Arvidsson's in there, Draisaitl, and it's Perry coming up with the puck. They'll go cross ice to Stetcher. Stetcher on the right wing to Draisaitl. To Arvidsson on the right wing. Last minute here in the second to Draisaitl. Comes down that right side, goes to the corner in front of the net to Perry, just blocked by Carrier.
Good play by Carrier.
It's knocked out. Nurse will have to go back for it. 45 seconds to go here in the second period. This game's tied at 2. Nurse didn't like the looks of things. Now up the left wing to Kulak. Center ice to Perry. Got it to the Montreal blue line. Hudson will get it out. Long pass. pass, and the puck came into Slafkovsky, and he caught an edge, and Jones will steal it away. Jones in over the line. Goes to the right wing corner. In front, the shot save made by Montembeault. Off the right wing, great chance for Cap, and in the puck cleared out.
Right out. That's a pretty nice play from Jones.
Jones in on the right wing again. He's going to drive to the net. A shot glove saved by Montembeault. The period ends. Max Jones sets a play up and gets a shot off the right wing. So we're tied at 2 through 40 minutes. It's the Oilers and the Canadiens here at Rogers Place.
Well, a real nice sequence for Max Jones. Oilers with some work to do.
Float it through the middle. Podkolzin at center ice. Just missed Draisaitl with it. Hudson with it. Inside the Montreal zone. Across to Struble. Up the right wing. Armia couldn't get it through. Now Heineman will chase after it. Kulak can bank the puck to Connor McDavid and wheel him behind the Edmonton net. And now McDavid out through center ice. In over the Montreal line. Goes to the right wing corner. Turns up the right boards. Up to Bouchard. His shot. And that goes just wide. Dineen in behind the net will walk out. A shot. Save Montembeault. And he covers that up as Cam Dineen went in behind the net, walked right out in front of it, and got a good shot on net.
Well, that was a good shot from Cam Dineen, who's bounced back. He had a tough turnover, and he just about surprised Montembeault. Tried to shoot it between the pad and the blocker there. I met Lane Hudson's dad, Rob Hudson. He played hockey in Chicago at the University of Illinois Chicago, but he is from Edmonton. So, born in Manitoba, but spent the majority of his life in Edmonton as a young guy.
A left point, Dineen with a blast, and that goes wide of the net around the boards and down the ice.
They gave Dineen time and space there. He's got to hit the net there to the short side and create a rebound if he can't score.
Bouchard through center. Bouchard on the left wing will dump it in behind the net. Rimmed on the right. Slafkovsky will get it out to Caulfield. At the Edmonton blue line, Suzuki will shoot it in. Dineen in behind the goal. Dineen up the left wing, and now the puck cleared out. Caulfield will skate it right back in for Montreal. He's trying to go across top of the circles. It goes to Slafkovsky. Couldn't get a shot through. Suzuki to the right wing point. Savard in front. That's tipped, and it goes just wide. Puck behind the net. Wrapped in front, and Skinner can cover that up as Suzuki got it in front of the net, but there's a tripping penalty coming up. And Evan Bouchard's going off the ice. And Montreal getting their second power play of the game. Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
It's a penalty. There's no question about that.
Tripped up Suzuki as he was going in behind the goal. Face off to the left of Skinner. Tied at 2. We're a minute 47 into the third period.
Button.
The puck to the right wing point. Hudson. On the right side. Giving it to Caulfield to the blue line to Hudson. We'll go across to Laine. Laine will shoot it. Save made by Skinner. Hit him in the left shoulder. Puck to the point. Hudson in the middle. Left side Laine. One-timer steered aside by Skinner. The puck cleared out and down the ice by Stetcher. Hudson comes out from behind his goal. Hudson dropping it back at his blue line to Nick Suzuki. Suzuki into the Oiler end. Knocked off his stick. Goes in behind the Edmonton net. They're going to tie it up. Kulak trying to get it free. Puck does come free. And in front of the net, Hudson can't get a shot. He gave it away. Short-handed breakaway for Janmark. Here's Janmark in. Shot wide of the net on the backhand. Puck along the right wing boards. What a chance short-handed for the Oilers. Hudson has it in behind his net, and now Janmark in on the forecheck. Got spun around by Hudson. Hudson still has it. Now to Suzuki. 38 seconds to go in this power play for the Canadiens. We're tied at 2 in the third. Newhook into the Oiler end to Suzuki.
Whoa.
Newhook took a hard hit. Crowd reacts to that. The puck along the right wing boards in the Edmonton zone. Bump back to the blue line to Matheson. Down the right wing to Gallagher. Played it to the middle. Stetcher there for the Oilers. Rims it. Goes off of Matheson. He kept it in. He's going to the net. Passed across. Oh, just kept out by Skinner. That pass came across. It hit Nurse, and it was about to go in, and Stuart Skinner saves the day.
Well, Matthias Janmark, I don't think he realized how much time he had on that breakaway. And he's going to want to, he went to the backhand and completely missed the net from about 12 feet out. I would have preferred him putting it to the forehand. But, wow, what an opportunity, and Skinner was able to fight it off as Nurse sold out to block the pass.
He blocked the pass, but that puck was about to go in the net. And Skinner got it before it did. Face-off will be to the right. Stuart Skinner. The left wing point, Matheson. Goes cross ice. Back. The penalty is now over. Shot from the right wing. Saved by Skinner. The rebound just goes wide after Dvorak put it on goal. Dvorak has it on the left wing. To the blue line, Matheson. Matheson all the way to the right wing point. A shot, and it doesn't get through. Montreal now 0 for 2 on the power play. Puck along the boards in the Edmonton zone. It goes to Anderson. Has it on the right wing.
Edmonton has to survive this here, Cam.
To Newhook in the right corner. Got hit by Emberson. Pinching down from the left wing point was Carrier. Henrique was able to get it free to Janmark. He'll go cross ice to Ty Emberson. He'll hold on in his own end. To Kulak, he'll take it behind the net. Edmonton can make changes. We're tied at 2. We're in the third. Up the right wing, Draisaitl. Holds off Evans. Comes in on the right side. Stops at the top of the circle. Across the blue line to Dineen. A shot towards it, and it's off a stick. Montembeault steered it to the corner. McDavid has it. Out of the left wing corner. McDavid in front of the net. That goes off of Montembeault. And over to the left wing. Brought out to center ice. As Armia got it to the Edmonton blue line, but that's it. Dineen to Nurse into the Montreal zone to Hyman on the right wing. Stops on the right wing boards, and it is played out of the zone by Heineman. Dineen will take it back. Go in behind the Edmonton net. Dineen waits back there. Now able to step out. Comes through the middle of the ice. Dineen fired it in. That went way up into the air and right to Montembeault.
Give Montembeault credit for finding that puck.
It was a fly ball. He caught right in the crease.
You never got beat by those back in the day. Saskatoon in 1990.
Puck brought in on the left wing. Goes off of Kulak over just off of Perry, and the puck comes out. Shot into the Edmonton zone, and Skinner to play it. The left wing goes to the top of the circle, now in behind the net. We're tied at 2. Just over 6 minutes gone here in the third period. Up the right wing to Max Jones. Jones off the boards and in. It's in the right wing corner of the Montreal end. Jones to the right point, but just away from the point was Bouchard, so Edmonton has to regroup. Bouchard with the puck. The center ice line. Wire it in. Beck put it behind the net, broken up by Podkolzin. Got it in front of the goal. Went off of Beck, though. Line hit by Podkolzin. Beck along the boards. Now goes behind the net to Hudson. Up the left wing to Newhook. He'll give it to Beck. Beck into the Oiler end. 2-on-2 with Line down the right wing across in front of the net, and the shot doesn't get through as Jackeye had jumped in, and the Oilers will bring it out. Up the right wing, Draisaitl. Cross ice to Arvidsson. He'll go towards the net. A backhand. He missed. Trying to go short side upstairs. Jackeye gets it out from Montreal. Nurse up to center. He'll go to Arvidsson. He'll fake the shot. In on the right wing. Give it to Draisaitl. Shot! Right pad save made by Montembeault. Dvorak, cross ice to Savard. Up the right wing to Gallagher. He'll shoot it in. It goes in behind the Edmonton net. Tied at 2 here in the third period. Nugent Hopkins up the right wing for McDavid. Out through the middle to Nurse. He'll come in on the right wing. Go to the right corner. Now jam it in front of the net. Goes off of Montembeault, and he's able to cover it up. And we get the whistle. We played 7 minutes, 44 seconds of the third. The Oilers and the Canadiens are tied at 2. We'll be right back from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
The Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. 7:44 gone in the third. Oilers, Canadiens tied at 2. Shots now 26-23 for Edmonton. Face off the Canadian zone to the right of Montembeault. Corey Perry and Leon Draisaitl have scored for Edmonton. Cole Caulfield and Yoel Armia have scored for Montreal. Puck goes into the corner. It's Hyman. Goes in behind that Montreal net. Stops back there. Slides out the left side. A backhand that goes off the outside of the goal. In behind the net. Evans for the Canadiens. Over to the right wing. Loops back in front of his net. Across to Matheson. Go up in the air and out. It's over the head of Dineen. Evans got to it. Gave it to Heineman. Throws it through the slot. Now Armia may be an opportunity on the right side. Goes to the right wing corner. Centering pass. Blocked by Stuart Skinner. And on the right wing, Zach Hyman can get it out of the zone.
This line, specifically Heineman and Evans, these guys can check. That should have been icing.
Yep, I think it was. Yep, they got it. Icing the call against Montreal. Yeah, the Evans, Heineman, Armia line is pretty solid for a fourth line.
With all due respect to Vasily Podkolzin and Victor Arvidsson, it's almost, because they've spent the majority of the time with Leon Draisaitl this year, it's almost remarkable that Draisaitl's sitting where he's at right now with 46 goals.
Draisaitl out there right now with Perry and Arvidsson.
Drop the puck.
They finally do. Puck goes to Nurse on the left point. To the right side. Draisaitl, right wing corner. It's passed behind the net. It's picked off. Struble. Give it to Heineman, and he's going to get out with it to center ice. Over the center ice line, shoots it in. Armia on the end boards. It's kicked away by Nurse. Arvidsson to the middle of the ice. To Kulak. Up the right wing to Draisaitl. Directs it in with his skate. It goes to the right wing corner. Caulfield to Suzuki, can't clear it. Kulak gets it low to Arvidsson. They'll go in behind the net, over to the left. His pass, couldn't get it in front of the net. Draisaitl with it in behind the goal, got knocked down. Perry will get it to the blue line. Nurse left point, cross to Kulak. Down the right wing to Draisaitl to the middle. Arvidsson shot, steered aside by Montembeault. Slavkovsky up the right wing will get it out. Nurse forced back into his own end by Caulfield.
That's too many. That was too many.
That was close. Puck in behind the Edmonton net. The Oilers almost got dinged for too many men. As Kulak will get to center ice, he'll shoot it in. Rims on the right wing. Jack-Eye to Line-A. Got a new hook. Savard up the left wing to Jack-Eye. Jack-Eye cross ice to Newhook. He's in, but Beck had fallen at the Edmonton blue line and went in on the offside.
He was just a little offside.
Just a whole bunch offside. 10:01 to go here in the third. Tied at 2, the Oilers and the Canadiens. What has been like a carnival-like atmosphere, as you would expect, with the Canadiens in town here at Rogers Place. Face-off outside the Edmonton blue line. Kapanen taking the draw against Dvorak. Puck goes to Stetcher. The Nurse to Stetcher. Off the right wing boards. Brought in by Gallagher, a long shot, and that clangs off the stick of Nurse way wide. It's cleared out. Jackie's got to chase after it. Podkolzin comes barreling in there, drills Jackie in the end boards. Puck stays in the slot. The shot just wide by Jones. Puck to the blue line, and Dvorak will cross to Savard. Savard to Jackie. Left wing off the stick of Anderson. It goes in behind the Edmonton goal. Stetcher going to hold off Dvorak. We'll give it to Nurse. He'll go in behind the net. Nurse holds on as Edmonton makes changes. We're down to 9:05 to go in the third. Tied at 2, the Oilers and the Canadiens. Long pass by Nurse. Off of Hyman. It goes into the Canadian zone. Hyman will get to it in the left wing corner. Now to Nugent Hopkins in behind the goal. Off the right wing boards to the blue line to Bouchard. Bouchard in front of the net off the stick of Nugent Hopkins and wide. Nugent Hopkins left wing corner. Top of the circle to McDavid. He'll come across the top of the circles to Dineen. A shot tipped just wide side of the net, and it comes free to Heineman to the Canadiens. And he'll just get it out. McDavid over to Bouchard. Into the Canadian zone. Off the boards into the corner for Hyman. On the right side, puck up against the boards. Carrier with Hyman right there. And Carrier skates. Got it free to Armia. Dropping it to Matheson. Across to Carrier, off the boards and out. 8:05 to go here in the third. Tied at 2. Oilers and the Canadiens. Perry with it inside the Edmonton zone. Perry to Kulak, to center to Perry. He'll shoot it towards the net. Gloved down by Montembeault. He's got nowhere to go with it. He's going to hold on to it. We're going to take a break. 7:51 to go in the third. Oilers and Canadiens tied at 2 from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network. Into the Oilers zone to Armia. Goes to the left wing corner. Armia in front of the net. Saved by Skinner, and he'll cover that up. It was fired in front of the net. And Heineman had it hit him. It went right to Skinner. He stopped it and then able to cover it. 6:39 to go in the third, and the game tied at 2. Shots now 29-23 for Edmonton. Oilers will get Henrique out there with Brown and Janmark.
Need a saw off on the shift here.
Dvorak taking the draw for the Canadiens. Puck goes to the left wing point. Matheson. His shot blocked by Brown. Does get it out. Come back to Nurse. Pass. Drilled it right off the skates of Brown. Nurse will get it back. Up the left wing. Goes into Canadiens territory. Savard in behind his net. Lost it. But now to Jackie. Jackie won't get it out. Kept in by Janmark. Savard on the end boards. Tried the right wing. That doesn't work. Edmonton gets control. Henrique down the right wing. And behind the net. And over to the left wing for Matthias Janmark. Brings it up top of the circle. Cycled it to the corner. Comes to the line. Janmark threw it towards the net. It gets blocked by Savard. It's sitting there. It's underneath Savard. He's getting back up. It comes free. Brown was on the ice. He'll get it back to the point. Dineen shot, and that one blocked. And it goes over to the left wing, and Gallagher gets it out. Dineen, left wing to Bouchard. High in the air and out. It's gloved down, and Carrier will shoot it into the Oilers zone. 5:25 to go here in the third. Tied at 2. The Edmonton Oilers hosting the Montreal Canadiens. Bouchard, the right wing to center ice to Nugent Hopkins. Cross to Dineen. He'll shoot it in. Carrier turns it right in front of his net. Left wing to Evans. Couldn't get it out. Pass down low and just off the stick of Hyman. It went to Montembeault. Steered it aside. Here's Hyman's shot. Save Montembeault. In front shot. Oh, somehow that didn't go in. Bouchard rips it wide. McDavid had such a good chance. I don't know how it didn't go in the net. And it's cleared out. McDavid off the left wing, and Montembeault wasn't back to the goal yet. Or at least in position. That had to hit a body.
Unbelievable.
Puck dumped into the Montreal zone as the Oilers come close. Skips off the stick of McDavid, goes into the corner. 4:28 to go into third. Tied at 2.
This line needs a change here.
Matheson will shoot it in. Nurse put it behind the net. Goes to the right wing. McDavid up the right wing boards to Nugent Hopkins. Back to McDavid. Into the Canadian zone. To Nurse on the left. Nurse behind the net for Hyman. Hyman off the boards to the blue line. It goes to Draisaitl coming down the left wing. To the left wing corner. Now in behind the net over to the right. To the blue line for Emberson. Snap it into the right wing corner. Puck pulls it along the boards to Draisaitl. His pass to Emberson. That's picked off. And Suzuki will bring it out. Suzuki, a shot. That's off a stick. And it goes wide of the Edmonton net. Slafkovsky has it right corner. Centering pass broken up by Podkolzin. And Emberson will bring it out for the Oilers down the left wing. In over the Canadiens line. Rims the puck on the right. Draisaitl got it to the right wing corner. Podkolzin got it free to Draisaitl. Now to Arvidsson on the left. To the left wing point to Kulak to Arvidsson. He's top of the circle. Gets to the middle. To Draisaitl. Left wing coming down the left side. The shot and the save made by Montembeault off a stretcher. And the puck knocked out. And Gallagher after it. Into the Oiler end. Knocked off the puck by Kulak. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Tied at 2. The Oilers and the Canadiens at Rogers Place. At his own blue line is Kapanen. Up the right wing for Edmonton. Now into the Montreal zone. Goes to the right corner. Behind the net to the left. He's up top of the circle. Pass to the right point. Emberson banks it. Off the side of the goal. It goes to Jones. He'll come out. A backhand. Couldn't get it through. And Evans will bring it out for Montreal. Only got it to the Edmonton blue line. Emberson on the right wing. Up the right wing, he missed Perry with it. It's icing against the Oilers.
Unforced error.
2:25 to go into third, tied at 2.
And now you got a super important D-zone draw here. Edmonton's had all kind of opportunities. Just looking. Hit the post, or did Carrier?
Carrier might have got a piece of that. Carrier dove in front of McDavid on that shot.
So Kapanen's a right shot. It's a left side draw against Suzuki. They get their top line on the ice, and that unforced error in the icing.
Goes to Nurse. Skip it out. That's going to be icing. We'll do it again. To the left to Skinner. 2:17 to go here in the third period. Each team scored in the first. Each team scored in the second. We've had nothing here in the third.
Another huge draw here for Kapanen. The Oilers got a saw off in the last.
Puck goes to the blue line through the middle. Matheson shot, and that one doesn't get through. It's loose in the slot for a moment. Jones up the left wing for Edmonton. He's going to get it out. In fact, he'll skate through the middle. Now he'll dump it in and go after it. Goes to the right wing corner. It's up against the right boards in the Canadian zone. It goes to the right point. Bouchard trying to get it in front. That gets blocked. And Caulfield will get it out. Up to Slafkovsky, off his stick and into the Edmonton zone.
Bouchard never makes the simple play this season. And that's part of the reason why he's having a tough year.
Draisaitl got it out. Puck in the neutral zone. Heineman on the backhand, off the glass and in. Minute 35 to go in the third. Tied at 2. Oilers and Canadiens. Puck up against the boards in the Edmonton zone, and it's Hyman up the right wing to Draisaitl. Left side to Dineen, into the Canadiens, and shot, stick saved by Montembeault. On the right wing point, McDavid kept it in. Into the corner to Draisaitl. He'll step out. He'll go cross ice. It goes off a few Montreal sticks, and it is cleared out of the zone by Carrier. Or by Armia. Puck on the right wing. Draisaitl. Left side to Kulak in front of the net, and it goes right through the slot. Last minute here in the third. Tied at 2, Oilers and Canadiens. McDavid across the top, a shot, and a blocker saved by Montembeault. Dvorak will get it on the backhand and get it out.
45 seconds here.
Kulak with control in his own end for the Oilers. They'll get to center ice on the right hand, or on the right side. Will backhand it in, and Savard to Jack-Eye, up to Gallagher. Gallagher just to the Edmonton blue line. Gloved down by Podkolzin. Gets to center ice. Gallagher will give it to Dvorak. 18 seconds to go in the period. Gallagher will shoot it in. Oh, he drilled Josh Anderson with the dump in, like up high.
Well, it's an offside.
Yeah, that's a tough offside.
That's a friendly fire there.
Anderson gets up slowly and he'll skate to the Canadiens bench. 14 seconds to go here in the third. Face off outside the Edmonton blue line. Henrique takes the draw. Evans, cross ice dump it. Brown got it out into the Canadian zone, and we're going to need extra time. Oilers and the Montreal Canadiens tied at 2 here at Rogers Place. Been a great game through 60. We're looking forward to the 3-on-3. We'll have it for you when we come back. Tied at 2 after 3 periods from Rogers Place for dealers. NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Experience a game day meal that's second to none. Fanfare with Skip is your all-star lineup of local restaurants this hockey season. Watch Jack Michaels give you the play-by-play on each restaurant's connection to the community and our team. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/skip to watch this month's episode with Foxburger. Then open your Skip app and tap in an order with exclusive fan access to a deal each game day during the month.
Did somebody say Skip?
Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer getting ready for overtime. Oilers and Canadiens tied at 2. These are 2 teams that are good in the 3-on-3 overtime.
You think?
Edmonton's 9-3. 0-1 in shootouts, so 9-4 overall. Montreal 7-3, 2-2 in shootouts, so 9-5 overall. It's a lot of skill going to be on the ice in 3-on-3. Canadiens winning 5 straight coming into this. Edmonton has dropped 6 of their last 7. And a win would go a long way here this evening.
They have Dvorak on the ice to take the draw to get a puck possession, just so you know. It's 57% in the face-off circle. Leon's at 54.5 this season. Matheson is an excellent skating defenseman. This is going to come down to who wins the opening draw for a quick decision for Montreal.
Carrier and McDavid were encroaching on the line. And Dvorak got control of the puck and shot it back into the Montreal end. Carrier takes it in behind the net. So Montreal with possession first. Carrier behind his goal.
And Matheson, they sneak their man out there and make the change.
Carrier's being forced by McDavid. Now he lost it. McDavid to Draisaitl. Trying to get it back to McDavid. Picked off by Matheson. He'll get it out up the left wing to Suzuki. Suzuki winding it up and now back into his end. Over to Caulfield. Caulfield to Suzuki. Down the left wing. Into the Oilers zone. Goes to the left wing corner. Cross to Cole Caulfield on the right. Caulfield hit up against the boards by McDavid. Trying to get a loose puck. And it's shot down by Suzuki all the way down into the Montreal end.
Full scale changes here.
So Montembeault will set it up. Just a minute into the overtime. Now Hudson to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky down the right wing into the Oilers zone. Goes to the right wing corner. In behind the net to the left side. Leaves it to Hudson. Hudson makes a stop, goes towards the net. Drops it off, comes out to Slavkovsky, a shot, and that was partially blocked. It goes right to Skinner, and he'll cover it. Anxious moments as we're a minute 26 into the OT.
Nugent Hopkins looking over. Gonna make the change yet.
Nugent Hopkins and Hyman out there with Nurse.
Edmonton's taking a timeout.
Oh, all right.
Edmonton is utilizing their timeout.
Didn't like the looks of it.
No, they're just, all they're doing is, you know what they're doing.
Yep.
They're buying time, and we're going to see McDavid, Draisaitl. I would actually go McDavid, Draisaitl, and Nurse. Seriously. Have Bouchard play with the other pairing.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be McDavid and Draisaitl right now.
And it will be Bouchard.
Yeah. All right. Face off in the Edmonton zone to the right of Skinner. Teams traded goals in the first and in the second. No scoring in the third.
Jake Evans out there. He's at 52% against Leon. He has a right shot. Actually, no.
Dvorak's going to take
it. Yeah, the lefty.
Dvorak, Evans, Matheson on the ice for the Canadiens, and Draisaitl wins it. Bouchard's got to go behind the net, but Evans is on him, and Evans is going to take the puck away. He's going to skate out of the zone and go all the way into his own end. Now turn it up the left wing. In over the line. He's got Dvorak with him. He'll go in behind the net. Over to the left side. To the blue line to Matheson. Matheson might lose the puck. He does. McDavid to Bouchard. Bouchard's going to lose that to Dvorak. Dvorak to Suzuki. His shot. And that one was blocked by McDavid. Goes to Draisaitl to McDavid at center ice. In over the Canadiens line down the left wing. McDavid to the left wing corner. Tied up by Suzuki. Puck comes free to Draisaitl off the left side. A walk out, a shot, and that one off a body goes wide. Matheson has it for Montreal. Comes up the left side.
Skate. Better get moving your feet.
He'll get to center. Now in over the line. He'll go to the net. A shot. Save made by Skinner with 2:32 to go in OT.
Well, Martin St. Louis got something going, because what he does is he gets he gets face-off wins with his centerman. And then you got to work that much harder. So now Newhook out there against Nugent Hopkins with Slavkovsky.
Puck goes to Hudson on the left wing. Go to the left wing corner in the Oiler end. Lost the puck, and Nurse will come out with it. Nurse down the right wing with Nugent Hopkins. In over the line. Nurse the shot, and partially blocked by Slavkovsky. Nugent Hopkins has it left wing corner. Up the boards in the Canadian zone to the top of the circle. Nugent Hopkins to Hyman. Hyman on the right wing, getting away from Hudson. He'll drive to the net, put it off the outside of the goal. Hyman rolled it in front of the net. Slavkovsky has it for the Canadiens. Right wing. Now to Newhook. Into the Oilers zone to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky to Matheson. Matheson over to Newhook. Newhook outside the Edmonton blue line with 1:40 to go here in the OT.
They're going to get Caulfield and Suzuki out here. Oilers got to be moving their feet.
Caulfield to Suzuki. Into the Oiler end on the right wing. Suzuki to Caulfield, left corner. They go in behind the net to the right wing. Across the top of the circle to the slot towards the goal. The shot, pad save by Skinner. And up the left side, skating it out is Arvidsson. Arvidsson into the Canadian zone. They'll bring it out. McDavid now to Dineen. We're coming up to the last minute of OT.
Dineen out here.
Cam Dineen gave the puck to McDavid. He'll get into the Canadian zone to the net. A shot just goes wide. We're into the last minute of overtime. Pass up the left wing to Matheson. 2-on-1. He's got Evans with him. He'll come into the zone. The shot kicked out by Skinner. He got it with the right pad. And the puck up against the boards. Dineen with 38 seconds to go in OT. Didn't like the looks. Had to loop back to McDavid. 30 seconds left. McDavid to center ice. Into the Canadian zone on the right. To Draisaitl. Draisaitl in behind the goal. On the left wing, Draisaitl, top of the circle. Cross ice to McDavid. 12 seconds left. McDavid. McDavid, a pass. The shot. Scores! Evan Bouchard, the overtime winner. And the Oilers defeat the Canadiens 3-2 in overtime.
Wow. How do you like that? Paul Coffey put Cam Dineen on the ice in overtime, and then Bouchard got out there late. Finished off a setup from Connor McDavid. He's got a 2-assist night. Draisaitl will get the second assist. Another 2-point game for both of those guys. And the Oilers win their 36th game of the year. It was a hard one. Hard fought. Yeah. 3-2 OT victory.
11th goal of the year for Evan Bouchard. 4:53 of the overtime, so there wasn't much time left, but they found a way. And the Edmonton Oilers will get the victory. They snapped the Canadiens' win streak at 5 games. And Edmonton, a much-needed victory here over the Montreal Canadiens in what was an entertaining game here tonight at Rogers Place.
That was the only shot the Oilers had, technically, in terms of shots on goal in the overtime period. Canadians got a couple good looks. Skinner made one more save tonight than Montalban.
Yeah,
in terms of key saves.
Yes, exactly. Entertaining game.
Oh, yeah.
We can head downstairs. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer.
We have
Cam Dineen downstairs.
Cam, it's Bob and Cam Moon.